Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Rec here, and welcome to a bit of a different live commentary. I was on my way home from my class, I have 2 classes a day normally in school. By the way, we're playing Spy with the Ambassadors, Stock, and DR. But I was on my way home from my class, and I was thinking about, funny enough, this girl that's in my class, who I was, just like, oh, she's, kind of cute. So, I don't know, that might be a potential opportunity there that's in the future. Anyway, this is the point of this video. On my way home, this son of a bitch, I guess he had enough house added. On my way home, there was something, I usually turn the radio on when I go home, just because it's something to listen to besides road noise. Just, driving on Michigan roads is not the most entertaining thing on the planet to listen to. And if you live anywhere that has snow and terrible road crews, you would know that. And so if you're in the Michigan area, you know the roads are terrible. Or Ohio, or any of the... Maybe not Ohio. Anyway, a lot of the roads are terrible in this area. So the road noise is terrible. You're just... You're like swerving to dodge potholes, and it's... Shocks are a big thing that we have. Sorry if you hear some noise in the background. Someone decided to message me. I never go offline before I record, because this one was on the spur of the moment. Anyhow, now we're getting to the topic. In my life, I played the cello for... roughly, wow, I'm not having a good name. I played the cello for roughly, 8 years, and I'm still playing it now, and it's etched on my floor right now. So I played the cello for a really, really long. And this, it was music. I loved music. I love music still to this day. My sister told me when I was really little, she said, you don't like music, that's why you don't need an iPod. And since then, I've always been determined to find music that I loved, and since then, I have since found music that I love. What? I missed it! Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't want to play Gravel Pit. We're going to stay on Gravel Pit, I guess. So I played the cello for a long time, loving music, everything I did there, studying music. It was utterly fantastic. I love that amount, and... since then, I've discovered so many more types of music, listen to so many other types of music. I listen to other people, what they like, because I think music is a really good example of who you are. For instance, there's a stereotype that all metalheads are rude, brutish, and violent. Whereas when it comes down to the truth of the matter, most metalheads are some of the nicest people you'll meet. Weirdly. I get myself away. Oh, I thought it was in stock. In this watch. Alright, well. We currently have 1 point. Alright. So music is a huge part of my life, and it always has been, and always probably will be, because it's just, music is everything. I love audio. I went to go see Interstellar, not because of the, I'm doing terrible days, you can't tell. Not because of the... the visuals were utterly fantastic, but I really went to go see Interstellar because the soundtrack was just utterly amazing, and that's the key thing what I love about a movie is just the soundtrack. So, with that being said, I've always loved music, and every single time... Every single time a certain kind of song comes on the radio, and I have a certain mood, it puts me in a certain mood. It's not like I don't listen to music just to listen to music. I listen to music just for whatever, and whatever song that comes on puts me in a certain mood. For instance, as an example, relating back to that girl from earlier that was in one of my classes, I had this, there was a nice song playing. It was, I listen to Pop FM usually on my way home because it's... A lot of other stations during the day have ads, so I listen to Pop on my way home. I know it's bad. But, that being besides the point... Sorry about cat. It was a song, it was kind of a song about how a girl's looking at you, and it was, okay, whatever. Don't taunt. And that being whatever, it didn't bother me at all, but then later on, a couple songs later, the song "See You Again" by Wiz Khalifa, I think. Anyhow, that song came on, which is the one from the Fast and Furious movie. And that song has, you know, I listen to lyrics for the meaning a lot. So I guess it depends on the... What? There was a... Anyhow. It's talking about, you know, seeing, you know, someone again who's died, basically. And, you know, I can compare that to, you know, my team who broke up. I mean, I've had people tell me you should stop talking about this and you should get over it, but fuck them. It's still going on with me and I'm still trying to get through it, so, I mean, I don't see why I shan't talk about it and be emotional about it. I'm not going to be a cold human being about this issue. Anyhow, that's not the point of the video. And it came on, I was just listening to it, I'm like, huh, that's a different kind of meaning. And it put me in a different mood. So, I guess, in a nutshell, the bigger idea here was not so much the you know, music. I mean, music's always been a huge part, so music puts me in a mood. You know, I don't... A lot of times, I mean, I listen to certain kinds of music to feel something. Not saying that there isn't a reason not to, just a lot of times there isn't, so... Teleport up there. Okay, I'm gonna go down, man, and kill this teleporter. This is not okay to just have a teleporter just sitting up there. But yeah, it's this huge, you know, this big part of my life that I want to see if can I get a global crown? I can't, damn it. It's just been a huge part of my, like, you know, my existence was always music, and music has always changed how I felt about things. You know, for instance, I mean, I'm probably like everyone else. I used music to get myself pumped up for matches. One of my favorite songs to getting pumped up for a competitive match was Can't Hold Us by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis. Yeah, you're not allowed to have fun, engineer. Yeah, you're not allowed to have fun. If I'm allowed to have fun, you're not allowed to have fun. Anyhow, so I used to listen to, like, one time I was on my way home from work, and it was match night. I think we're playing, I don't know what map, but maybe it was Steel. And Can't Hold Us came on the radio, and my car has a bit of bass, like, now it doesn't have, like, subwoofers in it. It's basically still stock outside of, you know, major or minor or part replacements. And, you know, that's that, but it was, like, in my car, it kind of thudded a little bit. You know, it was a nice thud. And coming home from work on a Monday night, getting pumped up for a match, you know, it got me going a lot. And honestly, that's what it was. It's like, can you not all be default Gibbous spies, please? Anyhow. It just kind of turned into this moment of intensity and adrenaline and everything else. It's made it utterly fantastic for me just to listen to and get me really warmed up and pumped up for a game, you know. So for me, music has always been a huge part in that respect. Like, it changes how I react and how I think about certain situations. If I was to watch, you know, a movie like, or play a game like Split Second, or not Split Second, I haven't shown that game on this channel yet. Something maybe like Team Fortress 2, and we're playing on PLR Hightower, so that's the one rocket jumping map. And instead of listening to, you know, like, instead of listening to the normal stuff where you're just like, oh, I'm gonna listen to, you know, high intensity electro beat, like, you know, like that, not like that, but I mean, like, you're gonna listen to stuff like, you know, Ave Maria, which is, I don't even think you're supposed to roll the R. Anyway, I rolled the R. I like rolling R's. Anyway, if I was listening to that, it'd be slow, it would feel almost slow motion to me. It's just audio. Whereas if I listen to something that was high intensity, my heart raced a little bit more, and I start doing certain things. For instance, one of my problems that I have is that if I'm listening to high intensity music, or rather just a driving beat, I start timing things with that beat, which is a huge problem that I have because the game does not flow to a beat. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Especially when you're playing a game like Dota or Overwatch, where you have ultimates and you time your ultimate based on the beat, you might be... We all just walked into that. So, like, you know, it would feel almost, or for that point, I would always screw up abilities. So I started listening, I'm like, no, I'm gonna listen to Symphonic, where it's really, really difficult to tell the beat, but there's always a beat. So I started listening to that, and that helped, and then I just got to the point where it's like, I play with Team Fortress 2 at 10% volume on my computer, right? So this is at 10% volume right now, on, like, Windows audio. And so it's at 10% audio, and then I have the game at 10% in the game. I have TF2 really, really quiet. TF2's a loud game. No, I can hear it just fine. I've tuned my ears to hear this just like normal. But it's crazy how quiet this game is. And that's that being whatever. Where are he? He's below us. So, I mean, I stopped listening to music altogether and when I'm playing a game because it messed me up. But now going back to it, it's just like, you know, whatever. But still, though, music has just had such a profound influence on my life. I mean, it brought me from being, you know, just the weird kid in elementary school to being the, or not the weird kid, but more or less, like, compared to I mean, we called ourselves the outcast group. There was 3 groups in my elementary school, and there was the popular kids, which was basically everyone. There was the outcasts, which was us, which we weren't like the outcasts, we were just kind of like, we didn't want to sit on the swings and talk all the time. We wanted to go play games, so we played like Monkey in the Wood Chips and stuff like that. You know, just played games. And there was the nerds. We don't talk about them. Then someone came home. Anyhow. That being said, I think I'm actually going to leave this one here. I think I've hashed the subject enough. I think I'm done enough with it, so... If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Otherwise, it's 12-minute commentary. Just something quick, I want to talk about this. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.